Good morning, Sales Nation. Today's question is, how can you use body language to find out when a prospect just isn't interested? Over to you, Nick Morgan.
So that's a little more complicated because there are a number of ways in which people do that. And grown-ups learn to be rather good at hiding disdain and disinterest because we spend a lot of our time feigning interest in things we're really not terribly interested in. Conversation from our spouses, on up, or on down. And so, I've heard that all before. You tell me that every time. We learn to mask our faces and pretend to be interested. So that's a little trickier. The signs of disinterest, the signs of negativity, the most telling one is if your pupils constrict. That can be a little tough to notice in the situation. For example, you're wearing glasses, so the effect that has is that it makes your eyes look bigger. So I'm going to get an unconscious message that you seem friendlier than you actually are, perhaps. But if I notice your pupils constricting, those beautiful big glasses means I can see them better than you can see my eyes. So if I notice, there you go. If I notice your pupils suddenly constricting, that means you're really unhappy and it's time to change something. Either get the heck out of there. So that's a very obvious tell, if you will, and it's autonomic. We can't control it. So if I give you some bad news or something unpleasant and your pupils constrict, or I make an ask that you don't like, then I know for sure that it's not going well. Subtler signs involve the opposite of leaning in, so it's pulling away in one way or another. People often fail to pick up on a very obvious one, which I see all the time, which is kind of turning away. And when you think about it, that's what you do when you get ready to leave, is you turn away. And so you can see people shifting their body, and they're trying not to be obvious about it. It's not it appears to be getting late, obvious looking at the watch. It's just a little twitch or a turning away. You mentioned restlessness, that's another one. There's a whole series of little signs like that. The danger is to put too much stock in one particular thing, because that might or might not mean the person is actually alienated. If, for example, you're sitting across from somebody you've been talking for an hour and they suddenly shift by crossing their legs and their legs are away from you, that may just be shifting to get comfortable. It may not be because they're actually trying to get out of there in that situation. You need to check these things and use them with caution.